Hey everybody, Ray here. No.
No.
Hey everyone, this is Ray
And this is Zack.
with It's Multiversal Podcast. And this week we'll be talking about... Ooh, what was it you wanted to talk about?
The wrong way to use healing magic.
Yeah.
Did I get the name right?
Yep.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay.
So we'll be talking about that, and we will also just be discussing some things that might have gone on through the last couple of weeks. And
I've also been watching a lot of the Undead Unluck. I realized that there was a bunch more episodes that I hadn't finished, and I kind of dove into those a bit.
yeah.
And I realized I still didn't finish Solo Leveling.
Oh my god.
But, yeah, I know.
So
I did watch the second episode of Re-Monster, though.
So good. Oh, so there's not a lot. Okay, so hold on. Let me reverse that. So the first two episodes of Remonster, in my opinion, are not that great of episodes, but they are doing a very great job at getting me excited for what the real episodes are going to look like.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Because, like, I can already tell. Like, so the first episode, I couldn't tell how much they were going to try and fast forward the growth of the character, like, age-wise and, like, champion-wise. And so I thought that first evolved form was going to be it for a while, and then we'd have, like, a slower pace. And then we got that second one at the end of episode 2 that we haven't seen yet. We don't even know what it looks like. I mean, we do from the credit scene, but...
And that is still throwing me off because he didn't evolve in the second episode, but I don't actually see him staying in that form very long either. It just seems like...
He does at the end of it.
Oh, he evolved at the end of the episode?
Yeah, so at the end of episode 2, he's...
Why do I not remember this?
He's fighting the...
the bear?
Yeah, and then he eats it. While he eats it,
yeah,
it tells him that it like keeps passing out, he's falling, and it says, do you want to level up? And he clicks yes. So it says like he's transforming again. So we don't know what he looks like, but he is transformed. We just have to wait for it to till next episode to see what he looks like.
Because when they upgrade what is their species?
Like evolve.
Ogres? Yeah, when they evolve and they become hobgoblins. I kind of thought that was like...
I think they all think that.
Oh,
okay. I think maybe the elder guy might have like he might be like, oh my god, I've never seen one of these before. Like,
okay.
I think he might have an inkling, but from the way they described it at the beginning, at least, they only talked about the hobgoblins. They didn't say anything past that.
Yeah.
So I think, because they also said if you don't make it to be a hobgoblin, you die within like no time at all. You don't live very long if you don't evolve.
That was that old man. Oh, I guess he's young still, technically. Yeah. He's only like 29 or something.
Yep.
But, yeah, no, that is going to be a really good show, though. I was hoping to see him swinging around like Spider-Man, but it's okay. But no, he's brutal, though. Mm-hmm. Just brutal. You were talking about the Solo Leveling guy maybe becoming evil. This guy is... And he's not even evil, which is nice.
Because did you see how he's treating the humans?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's not evil.
But he is like, he has no remorse if you fuck with him. If you mess with him, he's like, I don't care who you are, what you are.
And I dig it. I'm all here for it.
That's how I feel like life should be.
Yeah,
I agree. If you do something to a certain extent, you should just be like, goodbye.
Actually, never mind. That's not a podcast topic.
Okay.
But anyways, no. Remonsters I think is going to be really good. I still don't have the option to watch a third episode. Do you right now?
No, it'll be tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay.
I think it comes out today. And
okay.
I always watch all of my anime on Monday. Unless I can't catch up, then I watch the rest of it on Tuesday.
I need to me and Stage have actually been talking about trying to get together and writing down schedules for both of us, but I need to get my anime on a schedule as well.
So this is what I try to do. So I know that like my situation's a little bit different, but since I work from home, if it's dubbed anime, I can play it on my iPad or something, and I can watch it. Like, I don't have to be sucked in. I do at moments when I know there's like a good fight scene coming on. If I'm not in a meeting or doing something drastic, I'll watch that like few seconds. Granted, I don't really take breaks at work either. I don't like get up and go take a 15. So it doesn't really slow my productivity or anything. But if it's a subtitled anime, I have to watch it. Like I don't know anything in Japanese or any other foreign language, so I can't. I wish I did, and I should learn, because I think it'd be nice to be able to just like watch any anime without having to read anything. But that's how I do it. I just like, I'll play them back to back. So like, I'll let one run and I'll watch the important stuff and listen to the rest, and then as soon as it's over, I'll start the next one, and I just get it all done within the day.
Oh, okay. See, I have no excuse not to be able to do that.
Like, even while we're playing video games, you could be having a show up on the side, and then I don't care if you get zoned out for a second. I mean,
I'm definitely going to start doing that too. Because I can even do it while I'm playing my games on my Quest. I can have like a little screen, you know? But,
sorry.
No, but back to the subtitle thing, I have a rant to talk to you about. Hell's Paradise, right? Amazing show. Amazing show.
Oh my God, so
and
good.
like, my buddy Nick, right? And I don't even care. I'm calling him out. I called him out about it already. But I went to show him Hell's Paradise, and he's like a strict subtitled person. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like super excited to watch it with me and everything. And I'm like, all right, we're gonna sit down. We're gonna watch this. We try to go sit down and watch it, and the whole time he is like talking to like either his friends or whatever, getting on the phone, just not paying attention to any of the important parts. And I'm like, at the end of the episode, he was like, I really like that. And I was like, you didn't get any of it. He was like, What do you mean? I was like, you didn't read nothing. I was like, you have no idea. And I was asking him questions, but the dude answered every single one. And I was just like, how? I genuinely don't understand this. Like, how do you...
Maybe he shut the sound out and paid attention to everything else going on, but was still reading the show.
I don't know, but I'm like, dude, you've got a powerful mind. You need to be doing more in life. Like, I don't understand how you did any of that. But I feel like people who grew up watching the subbed and stuff, it's probably a lot easier for them. They're just more used to it. But I can't even watch subtitle shows.
Why?
It's just too much to focus on. Like, I don't
trying to look down, watch the sub, and watch the film part of it. At the same time.
So I went and I watched a couple episodes of Naruto in subbed because I had to, and there's no other way to watch them without it. At least I thought at this point. And what I would end up doing is I would watch a scene, and I'd read the whole thing,
and rewind
and then have to rewind it and actually watch the fight. It was obnoxious, but my brain just cannot focus on two things at once. I just can't.
That's insane. I couldn't do that.
It was rough.
No, I mean, I've had moments though, like, because I knew exactly what you were gonna say when you were saying that, because I've ran into that. So like watching a show, and I'm like, man, I either need to catch up in subs because I can't wait. Like, I like it so much, I don't want to wait for dub to come out, or the show was already good and they don't even have a dub. So like, I'll watch it. But I'll find myself at time where I'm like, I just read 10 minutes of a show and I didn't even see what they did.
Yeah.
Because I was so focused on the, like, it's, sometimes they talk so fast and I'm like, I don't know, because it's hard. Do you want to get lost in the story, or do you want to get lost in the story being told in the animation? Sometimes it's hard to pick.
Yeah, and, well, I mean, to be honest, though, I would just rather go into the animation after watching Prime. You know what that is? It's like, it was on Adult Swim about the caveman, the dinosaur.
I've heard of it.
There's no talking in the whole thing. And I'm just like, if it was made like that, to where there was no talking and it was just nothing but awesome fight scenes, I could still watch it. Like, I could. Yeah. It would be
like a
weird. It'd be really
film.
I mean, like, it would have to do like just one film. I couldn't watch a whole like season. No talking, probably.
I could if the right people were animating it, because you can get so much emotion through just facial gestures and
Yeah, and just
body
little
movement
grunts
stuff.
and shit
Yeah,
too.
so like you don't even need, and even like with background music or noises too.
That would
you just need the
actually
right
be
people.
insane. Where like they just put all their resources into animating and fight scenes and just took everything else out and just. I feel like you can make some really cool shit if the right people did it, obviously.
So
But
I feel like there would be a few things. So I feel like one, it would have to be either a very like maybe a 5-episode run or a single film, because I don't think you could have a lot of filler in a show with no dialogue. So much with filler, like I mean 90% of filler is fucking dialogue.
you know what I think would work really good to adapt into this? So you just start out and they give the whole basic rundown of the tournament, and then it's just Mortal Kombat. The only talking is like in the first episode they explain the tournament, the leaderboard, and then it's just nonstop action after that. Each episode's a different tournament, see who wins. You know what I mean? That would be perfect. Like I don't need to hear any of those guys' words. Like it's just
so you
fight.
just want a tournament fighting show, like like a boxing, basically.
In a sense,
Yeah.
I feel like that would be really
There's
good.
Tekken anime. There's like
Well, no, I'm
mean
just
with
saying
no
like
dialogue. Like you just want to be able to turn it on and watch some cool fights.
I'm not even necessarily saying that I really want that. I'm just saying if they made that, I would watch it for sure. But
I'm sure there's some anime out there that you could just mute and it would be similar.
yeah,
Just because of the way the fights are set up, or how quick paced it is.
I mean, Baki would probably be more interesting if it didn't have any words.
Probably. I've only watched one episode of that and I never watched it again.
I watched all of them. My buddy Nick, he's a huge Baki fan, and what really got me is he said something about like them having the most accurate, like the guy who draws the muscles draws like the most accurate muscles, and then they have like the guy with the demon back on it. It's just his muscles make a demon. It's hilarious, but no, and they do though on everybody else. You know what I mean? They seem like they look like they would be how they would be in real life. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Me and Sage ended up getting Napoleon Dynamite ice cream.
You guys like that ice cream?
Yeah, you know.
Pause. Pause for me. Sorry, this is bothering me.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. Alright, so my problem with Neapolitan ice cream is the fact that sorry. Is the fact that the chocolate that they use is like the most overpowering chocolate that they could use in that ice cream, and so if it gets mixed in with any of the other flavors, you can no longer taste them, and it's just chocolate.
So
why not just buy chocolate?
I actually agree with you there. So, but my thing is that's always been like a good thing for me because chocolates and strawberry are like the only ones that I eat out of it. So what I do is just mix the chocolate and the strawberry, but you still get a hint of strawberry in there, and it's not overwhelming strawberry.
That's only true if you take the entire third of strawberry and just one spoonful of chocolate.
I just do like right at the split.
Oh.
You know, so it's like even.
Nah. It's the ratio's off.
I even put chocolate in my cone last night when I did it. So.
Oh my god, Zack.
Yeah.
But like, it's not even like me having a thing against chocolate ice cream either. Like I do like chocolate, especially like Wendy's Frosty. Oh my god. But like,
Agreed.
I feel like it's just the type of chocolate used in it is just very strong. It's almost like a baker's chocolate mixed with like a very strong cocoa. Wait, baker's chocolate is cocoa, I think. I don't fucking know, but it's just strong.
Yeah, I do get where you're coming from there, though.
If it was more milky chocolate, it would be so much better, like a Nesquik chocolate.
What about swirl?
I love swirl cones. That's the best kind.
Mean like if they used that chocolate.
No, it would overtake though. It wouldn't be balanced.
Then how is it balanced in a swirl?
What do you mean? That's not the same. Like if you go to Dairy Queen and get a swirl cone, that chocolate is not as strong.
No, that's what I'm saying. What if you use that chocolate for the Neapolitan?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were saying, what if you use the Neapolitan chocolate for a swirl cone?
And just ruin them both?
Yeah. I'm like, you just ruined everything. I go to Dairy Queen and get one of their large fucking, like, 34-ounce cups full of swirl ice cream.
Damn.
They're like, you don't want it in a cone? Nah, just fill the cup up so I can eat it with a spoon. It's so good. I don't like getting the large ice cream cones, even though they're this big, because then I have to eat it while I'm driving, and I don't want people to take dash cam footage of me eating a giant ass ice cream.
That's fair. That's very fair.
I know I shouldn't care about that, but if I do have an ice cream cone, I wait till there's like no cars drive close enough to see me before I like take a big lick. Cause like even sometimes I have to like put my whole mouth over it because it's dripping. And I'm like, no, not till that car passes by. My kids are like, Dad, you're so weird. I'm like, I'm not fucking doing it, dude. I'll even put my ice cream cone like below the dash while we're driving, and then I'm like,
that's flipping hilarious. I always think that when someone's like, you don't like hot dogs?
Dude, I don't like hot dogs because they're fucking disgusting. That's why I don't like hot dogs.
No, I same. I hate the taste of
hot dogs and
but
bologna are
it's
nasty.
like, how can another man be upset with me for not wanting a wiener in my mouth, you know? That's what I tell them every time. Because they get mad. They're like, you don't like hot dogs? How can you not like hot dogs?
That's so funny.
Like, well, I don't know. But, anyways.
Yeah. Speaking of not hot dogs, how not to use healing magic is so good, dude.
It is.
It's getting good. Sorry, it's got such a good build up so far.
I was gonna say, like, right now, like these episodes, it's like just training, you know. And for the most part, from what I've seen, like I'm not all the way caught up yet, sadly. But I don't have much to go either. I feel like. But either way, for the most part, it's just training. There's nothing too crazy really happening yet.
Yeah.
But
well, so have you not got to the war yet?
No.
Oh, you're like 3 episodes behind.
Yeah, so I don't have that much to go.
Oh yeah. Well, sorry. When you say you don't have that much to go, to me, I'm like, if I'm 1 episode behind, I'm like fiending. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
I can't even have it if it's something I'm into, you know.
Which. Don't get me wrong, I do like the show, but I'm not too crazy into it yet.
I think it's gonna get there. I feel like it's gonna have like a Black Clover. There's other ones I don't know why I'm not thinking of them. It also gives me a little bit of vibes like How Not to Pick Up Chicks in a Dungeon. That one's good. I don't think have you ever seen that?
Huh.
You have to watch that. It's like 3 seasons long though, so. Just whenever you have time, it's not important.
These titles are.
I know, dude, the titles, and dude, that's the one thing. So, let's side quest real quick. One of the hardest things to do is defend anime, like to anyone.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I have
so
to.
hard.
I don't really care if someone doesn't like it. But I always try at least with everybody, especially with like Trin, my that's my wife, Trinity. If I'm like when I first started trying to get her to watch anime, which she still won't do yet. She did watch a whole season with me, but that was it. I think it was Sword Art Online, maybe. I don't know. It was a while ago, but anyways, the thing is like. You can't defend it because there's such a wide variety of it that when people are talking bad about it, they're just talking bad about the ones that you can't even defend. You can't even. They're like, oh, then why is that girl's huge boobies out in this one and it shows nudity and they're all ew and
yeah,
and then also they're like, this is stupid. You're like, no, it's not. And they're like, yeah. This said, how come that guy went down to the supermarket to pick up a grocery bag and then he found out he fell in a portal and got superpowers and now he's the demon king of the underworld and he's going to travel back to another world. And that's the title. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's bad. It is really hard to defend, which makes sense, like, why it took me so long to get into it. But it's just, I feel like that's what makes it so good, though.
Yeah, I'm
it's
so picky.
reserved.
I'll scroll through Crunchyroll for like 2 hours to find a new anime to watch because, like, if I get fully caught up on everything, like when I finally finished Bleach for the very first time and Naruto for the first time and all of those like long ones, and then I needed new stuff, I would sit there and search because I'm like, I'm not trying some of this stuff. Like, I'm sorry. I don't have any interest in it.
Yeah, like, to be honest, how to not pick up chicks in a dungeon, or how to, the healing magic one too. Those, I read the titles and I was like, no. Well, the second one I didn't even read, but the healing magic one, I read the title and I was just like, this is got to be dumb. But I also kind of liked the idea of it, but it was just such a ridiculous title that I was like,
yeah,
it seems so low effort almost, you know?
Well, and I also didn't really, like, going in for this show, it wasn't really the name for me. It was more, the name made me wonder if they're, like, it just left me, like, thinking, like, what is this show gonna be? Like, I didn't have a guaranteed notion that he was gonna be using his powers the way he is. I just...
Yeah, I mean, like, I told you my thoughts on it. I thought he's gonna be, like, pretty much over healing people. But yeah,
or maybe he like heals the dead instead and has them fight for them like a necromancer.
Oh, that would be cool too.
Some sort of black magic healing.
But yeah, I am super excited to see where he tops out. You know what I mean? Because obviously he's gonna be more powerful than everybody else, you know? I feel like he's the main character, he should be, at least. And to see how he does that, though, as just being a simple healer, is cool. But it's also, like, no one should be surprised. After the way that chick trains him compared to that one dude who sees the way that he's being trained, and she's like, stop, leave him alone.
And to be honest, I'm sure this has been in other shows or video games or something. I mean, it's in a lot of video games, but I've never thought of like, I usually think of different ways they could use powers in shows. Like, I'm like, oh, it'd be really cool if they could do this. I've never thought of somebody using healing magic to just be a fucking tank. To basically be a Hulk. And then just like, I'm just gonna fucking heal myself when I like hurt myself.
It is such a new take on it that I never ran into. Like, and you see it happen in games, but like never when it's like that is their thing. Yeah. It's just healing magic.
Yeah, it's never like you have, like, if they made a video game where in mid contact you could see your arm breaking and pushing back out your skin, and then it's like, it gives you one of those little button dialogues. It's like, you only have 1 second to click A bunch of times. And then it like heals your arm back in and it finishes the punch.
Oh, like, that would be so sick.
That'd be insane though, like to think about. Like, they've never done something like that. And so thinking about it. But once I saw the show, I'm like, why have I never thought of this? Why I've never seen this before? Because this is such a simple yet badass way to use healing magic.
I was gonna say, and it's like, it's literally been done. It's just never thought about like
because
that.
It's never been described that way. It's never, it's just,
and it like I said, it was never like their own thing. Like, they have like,
and healers
just happen to have healing abilities.
Yeah, and healers in every play, like in every genre that a healer can take place in, they all can heal themselves in some form. Like, but they don't. They usually stand back and they're like, I'm gonna heal everyone, or I'm granting you healing, or something, you know. And this, he's just like, nah, front line. I'll heal all you when I run by, but I'm going to the front line. And just like, damn, this dude's savage.
Would you know how terrified those people probably would be when you're like, all right, we got a healer with us, okay, hi, nice to meet you, healer. Then you get out there and he just starts charging in. You're like, bro, we need you. I mean, but then he just destroys everybody, and you're like, he doesn't need us.
I can't wait to see like where they go with the show. Hopefully it gets better. Like, not better in a sense that I don't like it where it is, but I hope that it gets to a point where it draws in a bigger crowd and it can hold that crowd. It can sustain that to a point where like I could see it making more seasons.
Yeah, because I feel like it's kind of under the radar.
Yeah,
but I don't really know. I guess I haven't really talked to too many people about it. But
I think everybody except you that I've talked to that I know like is aggressively watching their anime has mentioned seeing it or at least hearing about it.
Oh,
so
okay.
I know it's. So I mean, they push it too on Crunchyroll, like it's because it's newer, so they push it a lot on the main page.
Oh, then I don't think it'll have a hard time getting popular.
Well, I mean, but they have to be able to the rest of the story has to be able to carry. You know, like if it gets to the end of the season and everyone's like, "This was fucking stupid," they're not gonna go anywhere for the next couple of seasons.
That is very
like
fair.
That's how I felt about the last couple seasons of Seven Deadly Sins. I feel like they just shit the bed.
That is another one that I haven't started yet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I have a big question for you actually, and not even about new anime. So, out of the old anime, I know you've watched Naruto. I know you've watched all of One Piece, right? Are you caught up on One Piece?
I have not finished One Piece.
What about the old stuff? Like, are you basically caught up on old One Piece?
No,
okay.
Technically. I'm. Have you watched all One Piece?
No, and I won't.
Oh, okay.
I'm not interested in it. I did try. I watched a whole season and a half, and I did watch the live action, which I know that's not a credit to anything, but I am not into it. I don't think that the fight scenes are good. I don't think that there's enough of them, and I think the way they utilize some of the powers is absolutely ridiculous.
I 100% agree. But everybody's been telling me, hold on, it gets good. It gets good.
That's the thing. I don't want to wait until fucking episode 600 to have a good fight scene because the animators decided to do good animation.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree, but I've already put like 300 episodes in.
Yeah, finish it.
I'm just like, I need to now.
So
but Bleach is another one that I really want to get back into. But the only old school one, I think I finished Akame Got Killed, but I don't know if that was even considered old school or whatnot.
Dude, Akame Got Killed is so good.
But
so is Kill la Kill. You need to watch that one too.
Kill la Kill?
No, Kill la Kill.
Kill la Kill.
Kill, L-A, kill.
Okay. But the only one is Naruto.
No, you watch... I mean, I guess this isn't too old, but you've watched all of Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Which is also trash. I don't care what anyone says. It's such a trash show. They hype, dude. That show pissed me off so bad because they overhype it so much. You and Zane told me so much to watch it, and so I did. And this is the one thing I will say: it has an amazing story for friendship and bonding and stuff like that. But they talked about how powerful all of these characters were, every fucking season, every time they had a competition, every time they had a tournament. They talk about how strong and powerful all these guys are. Every fucking fight was 2 seconds long, and they were not good at all. The show didn't have any good fights. It didn't have any.
I can't.
And even if any of the big dudes stepped in that had good, like, that were fucking strong as shit, the fights ended within an episode or like within a second. They didn't. There's no pushing out. There's no environment destruction. There's no good fucking fights. So,
I 100% agree with that, but I've always just took it as that's not what they were really going for.
Then why talk about it then? They should
with all the like hype of everybody.
No, well, like in the show they purposely talk about how strong Gon is and how strong all these people are and all the stuff. And
did you make it to the Chimera Ants?
I watched everything. I watched all the way through.
So my whole like idea of it was it's supposed to be just.
It also ended really horrible.
It did. Wait, it's not supposed to be over. You know that, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just like the creator's sick and he's having a hard time finishing. I think he might have actually passed. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, the way I was looking at it is everything in that show doesn't go the way that you expect it to go. Like any like the little contest that Gon has to do in like the beginning, like the way he wins them and stuff, or he just straight up loses sometimes. It's just like everything, like the whole strategy behind it. It's like a huge strategy thing.
Yeah.
I feel like, and so there isn't much crazy fight scenes because they go for like strategy and stuff like that. And then when the Chimera ants come in, it's supposed to be like everybody realizes how weak they actually are. And I thought that after that it was gonna spring off like something like some crazy war going on where everybody really had to get down and start buffing up, you know, and that's when things were gonna get real. But obviously from the ending of that, no. And so I can't really defend it too much. I can't.
It's so bad, dude.
But
the show is good. The show is good.
Love it still.
But I just don't like that's like like having a Hunger Games TV show or anime, and no one in the fucking Hunger Games in the game itself are good at hunting or killing each other.
Which is how it would really
and fighting
be,
back and forth
to
each other, like.
But
it's just,
I mean, you're not wrong. You're completely right. The main thing that really kept me going even goes back to with what you're saying is Killua.
Oh yeah,
such bad.
But that's another thing
potential, and never fucking showed it.
Dude, Killua would have been so fucking good in Naruto. Like,
oh my god, yes.
Also, I don't like how they just like cut from one season to him not being in a season, and then like. I get it. I get it. They're all going their own way, and they have their own fucking duties. They just became hunters, all this stuff. But it's just, I don't know. So here's the thing. I enjoy anime that has good fight scenes. It doesn't even have to have the greatest fight scenes. As long as it has some fight scenes. It has to have good dialogue, good character building, and I'll give up some of those for other things. Like there's some that I watch that don't have a few of those things, but they'll replace it with other, like, other things will outweigh it. So, like, Bleach. I know you haven't watched Bleach. I really wish you would watch Bleach. And if you ever have time, watch it all the way through. Because Bleach, in my opinion...
Filler episodes and everything?
No, I would skip the filler episodes. Okay. They're actually filler. They're not... And there's not a lot of them. So it's not like a... It's maybe, like, I would say out of the... fucking thousands of episodes, there's probably like 2 seasons if you mushed everything together that's filler, so it's pretty easy to skip. What I will say though is out of everything from that era, Dragon Ball Z started before then, and Dragon Ball was even before then, but I'm just talking about popular stuff. So Dragon Ball Z, I would even say Naruto in the comment I'm about to say, because I love Naruto now that I've actually took the time to watch it.
It's so good.
Okay, so just these bigger ones. Okay, so Bleach, out of all of them, has the best character building in my opinion, and not just on the main character, because I would say Ichigo's character building isn't like the greatest, because you kind of understand what's going to happen. You have an idea of it once you start gathering pieces, but everybody in the show that has any piece or part in the show they've told story for. They stay in the show. There's a community. There's friends. That they all have their backstories. They have their own scenes where they get powerful. They fight. They get built up, which Naruto does too a little bit with maybe 9 of the characters, 3 of the groups of people they do that with throughout them growing. But this continues throughout all of the seasons. And even the enemies, like they even turn some enemies good, just like Naruto does. But the fight scenes are fucking phenomenal. The music, oh my god, they have the best music for fight scenes, for any intro, everything from anything in that era. I promise you, if you give it a chance, and the new stuff that just came out, the 1,000-Year Blood War that just came out over the last couple of years, and they're still coming out. The animation and stuff is so fucking good.
I will say this, because I've started it and it's just been slow and like hard to get into because it seems just... And everything kind of does happen. I guess it's not super slow. It's just once he gets his, her ability or whatever, which I should probably rewatch the first episode and everything because I don't even really remember at this point. Either way, like once he gets all that, everything after that just felt like, come on, get to something cool. Get to something cool. And I was doing that for probably like 4 or 5 episodes, which is just like all I got through. But I have been doing that for 300 episodes of One Piece, so I know I can get into, and I don't even like pirates.
Yeah, so
but his whole like get up when he's like, I can't wait to see that.
Dude, wait till you see some of his other fucking formation, his transformations.
And that's my favorite thing. He has
so many more. He has so many more, and some of them, some of them are so fucking OP. And when they go, I can't ruin it. You have to watch it. I promise you so much that you will fucking love it once you get. So I bet you the point that you'll start liking it is after he has to go to the Soul Society for the first time. So when you were watching it, I know you don't recall too much, but do you remember her getting the guys coming and taking her back?
No, so I will tell you exactly what episode I finished on. There's this dude, I'm assuming he's going to be a big part of the show. That
red hair?
I want to say it's like brown, maybe red, but there's like a bird or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so you're in some slow area right now. It's trying to build plot for the main couple of characters, because when it does kick off, which is not too far from where you're at, they go to the Soul Society, and so he brings friends with him there. So what they're doing right now is trying to like build the story for those characters real quick, so that when they get there, you understand like, how they're gonna actually help him, because otherwise, how would 4 or 3 normal people help somebody with these powers in a soul world? So like it's kind of just telling you how their friendship's building, how they're getting their powers. Like that guy. They all start to understand why he's so strong in these next couple of episodes because of the bird and stuff like that. And then one of the girls, I'm not going to ruin who it is, but one of his friends from school, she gains powers as well. So in the next, so throughout the first season, they all get all this stuff, and then second season is Soul Society, and then after that, everything just snowballing into constant fights, constant battles, constant everything. There is definitely some couple like longer episodes, but I swear, especially if you like sword fighting or any kind of like sword fight or weapon fighting,
I do like me some sword fighting.
So good. I know who your favorite character is going to be once you do watch it. I already know who it's going to be.
I'm so easy.
His name is Green Zhao.
Yes, he's definitely going to be my favorite. Green Zhao?
It's either Green Zhao or Grin Zhao. I haven't heard his name in a while, even though he's coming back in the new season. But he is definitely one of my favorite characters, aside from Ichigo, which is the main character.
Dude, the main character is often my favorite.
Ichigo.
Like Naruto?
Ichigo's my favorite.
Naruto's my favorite.
Nah, Privy Sage is my favorite.
I wouldn't tell people that.
Because he's a pervy sage.
No, I'm kidding. Pervy Sage is a lot of people's favorite. He's a great character.
Dude, he's such a good character.
I love the dude.
Yeah.
But
well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. We will hopefully have some clips out here shortly.
Catch you guys next week.
Yeah, next week will be fun.
Feel free to leave any recommendations for us for topics or anime or whatever.
Yeah.